Today feels different not because of the weather or the way the light hits my window, but because something inside me has shifted. I don't sleep much last night, not because I was anxious, but because there was a restlessness inside me. The kind that would not let you breathe fully until you speak. I kept replying the same thoughts, wondering how long I have held them in and what it might mean to finally let them go. This is not a grand moment, there is no big event or ceremony. It's just me, finally ready to say what I have been thinking for what feels like forever. And even though it may seem small on the outside, it's everything to me because there is something scared about being honest, about finally stepping into the light with your truth and standing there without flinching. So I got up, brushed my teeth, and looked at myself in the mirror. I don't look different, but I felt it. I did not plan a speech, I did not write anything down, I did not even wear anything special. I just reached for my phone, turned the camera on, and hit record. My heart was pounding, but not from fear. It was anticipation, the kind that comes when something real is about to begin. I started simply, "Hi, I don't know how to say this perfectly, so I would not try. I am just going to speak. And if I stumble, that's okay, because what I am saying is real." I paused, not because I wanted drama, but because I needed a second to collect myself. Then I continued, "You have been in my thoughts more often than I ever admitted. Some days it's a song that reminds me of you. Some days it's a joke you had laugh at. And other days it's nothing special, just a feeling, a presence I carry." I looked straight into the camera, no filters, no edits. I have tried to ignore it. I have tried to call it friendship or familiarity. But it's more than that. And today, I wanted to stop pretending it's not. I hit send after saving the video. No caption, no emojis, just a quiet message that held everything I had not said out loud before. Then I waited, not with panic, not with dread, just stillness, because when something comes from your heart, you don't rush its reception. The day moved slowly after that. I answered emails, made coffee, and did the usual things. But under all of it, there was a stillness, like the moment right before a deep breath. I don't keep checking my phone, I just let the silence do what it needed to do. Because I was not waiting for validation, I had already given myself that by speaking. Later that evening, my phone buzzed. One notification, her name on one sentence. "I saw your video, nothing more," but that was enough. That was not silence. That was space. Space to understand, to feel, to respond in her own time. I replied, "No pressure, just truth." That's all it was. She don't write again until much later, almost midnight. I was half asleep when it came in. I watched it more than once. I was not ready to feel what it brought up, but I'm glad you sent it. My hands shook a little reading that, not from fear, from recognition, because sometimes the truth does not hurt, it simply rearranges you. Then she added, I always thought you felt something, but I don't think it was safe to ask. I was scared I had lose you if I was wrong. I don't hesitate. I recorded a short voice message. You were not wrong. I felt it in the quiet, in the way we always found our way back to each other. In the way your name stayed in my head long after our conversation ended. That night, there were no fireworks, just peace. And sometimes that's louder than anything. The next day, I woke up to a photo. It was of her room, sunlight spilling through the window. The caption said, It feels lighter today. I smiled not because of the message, but because of the meaning behind it. Because when someone lets you see their quiet joy, that's a form of love. She did not send paragraphs, she did not confess everything, but she opened the door a little more. She told me she had dreamed of walking through a crowded place and seeing me there, not doing anything dramatic, just being there, present. A hand offered without demand. I responded, sometimes the most powerful dreams are the ones where nothing needs to be said. Just someone showing up is enough. Then I asked, did you ever wonder what might have happened if we had said this sooner? She replied, later. Yes, but maybe we were not ready then. Maybe we needed to grow into the people who could handle the truth. And somehow that made it all make sense. A few days passed, and the conversation shifted, not drastically. We still talked about the small things, the weather, work, the way her coffee never tastes right unless she stirs it clockwise. But under every message, there was a different energy, softer, truer. Then one night she wrote, I kept thinking about your video, not just the words, the way you looked at the camera, like you were not asking for love, you were giving it. I held that sentences like a secret, then wrote back, that's exactly what I was doing. Not expectations, just honesty. She said, that's new for me. I'm used to people wanting something in return. I typed, I did not want something back. I just did not want to keep it inside anymore. We did not say much after that, but it did not feel like a void. It felt like presence. Sometimes silence is the kindest language two people can share. The next morning, I got another message, a picture this time. It was a list written on a torn notebook page. The title, Things I'm Afraid to Say. Beneath it, I'm scared of being loved wrong. I feel like I'm always too intense. I'm afraid people only love me when I'm easy to love. I'm tired of hiding my real self. I stared at the photo for a long time. Then I replied with one line, You are not too much. You are just not meant for people who only want half of you. No hearts, no smiley face, just truth. Later that night, she messaged again. I did not think I'd ever let someone see that list. But with you, I wanted to. That changed something. Not just for her, for me too. Because vulnerability is not just sharing, it's choosing who gets to hold your softer parts without judgment. The next few days, I found myself writing things down too, not for her, for me, things had not admitted to myself. Like how often I think about what it means to be seen, really seen, and still chosen. She did not send long messages after that, just little pieces, a voice note where I could hear the shake in her laugh, a photo of a sunrise, a playlist she had made that reminded her of peace. Then one night, she messaged, You know what's wild? I have started feeling calm when I wake up, and I think it's because you gave me something steady that stayed with me all night into the next day because love is not always about declarations or grand gestures. Sometimes it's just giving someone the safety to feel again. Later that week, she told me something I would not forget. I almost deleted your video, not because I don't care, because I carry too much, and I was not sure I was ready to feel that deeply. I asked, made you keep it? She said, Because even if I was not ready, I knew it was real, and real things don't come often. There was a pause. Then she added, She did not ask for anything. You just gave, and that felt like something I had remember. That night I don't reply with more words. I sent her a short video. Me sitting quietly, looking at the screen, then softly saying, You matter to me, even in the silence. She watched it. I know she did. But she don't respond with a video or a message. Instead, she sent a photo, a handwritten note on her desk that said, Some truths don't need replies, they just need to be held. And in that moment, I knew this was not just a feeling, it was a beginning, one that did not need validation from the world, one that did not rush, one that had room for fear and doubt and slow mornings. We had started something and neither of us was running anymore.